Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
You are now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Mr. Detroit on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast. How you doing out there, ladies and gentlemen? Your host, Mr. Detroit on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast. Hopefully you feeling good out there. It's a beautiful day in Detroit. Lately, every Friday that I've been coming on, it's been a beautiful day. So every time I get on here, it's been a beautiful day. It's been raining a couple times. Other than that, everything that I do, I'm trying to speak it into existence. Everything that I do on the Detroit Stand Up Podcast, it's going to be beautiful and everything. Hopefully everybody doing good. School is in. Hopefully everybody getting adjusted to it. You know, if you a great parent like me, which, you know, I'm the greatest daddy of all time. I walk on water when it comes to being a daddy and everything. I don't think nobody can mess with me. No offense to my man Mark. Mark, how you doing over there?
Hey, I feel the same way. I'm good,
sir.
man. And you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, and I was just thinking, with statements like that, it's almost like the T.I. King in the South statement, right? Mm-hmm. That's not to offend any other rappers that are from the South. Just like what you're saying is not offensive to, it shouldn't be offensive to any other dads unless they are lackluster fathers. And it makes them feel some kind of way, because I feel the same way. Like, I'm the best dad in the world.
Right.
I mean, that's not the verses or classes against you. Situations is different. You know, you the best dad in your situation, and I am in mine. So that's how it goes. You know what I mean? It's not like no slight. So that's for any parents out there or anybody that feel like they the best at anything. You know what I mean, you need to not. Or anybody else that hears them. That's not a slight at nobody else. That's you just being confident in yourself.
Oh yeah. But I am the best daddy of all time. I don't think nobody fucking with me. So and once again, I'm a little more arrogant with mine and everything, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And when I do certain stuff with the kids, and I do stuff with my kids, I try to make a mark, and I try to put a mark that cannot be erased and everything, especially when I spend time. And the most important thing, and we just get off into it and everything. The most important thing is, you know, school is in. So, you know, I know all my, especially my daughter. I know all her friends and everything. I might have to bring them in, but I know all her friends to the point where, like, they know Mr. Brown, they know Mr. Detroit, they know who I am. They know I'm more boisterous. They know when I come to their practice, especially when they doing the volleyball and they losing, they know I'm coming in with that great speech, man. I'm coming in with that great speech. I'm on their ass and everything, because, you know, for the most part, if my daughter's involved, and the thing I would preach to parents, you need to know who your friend. You need to know who your kids' friends are. And I tell my daughter all the time. I tell my daughter this all the time, and my son, mostly my daughter. If you show me who your friends are, I'll show you who you are. If your friends is shady, you shady. If your friends is stealing, you stealing. If your friends is you know, with my daughter, your friends are freak, you gonna be a freak. It has to be. I mean, because everything that you hang around eventually will come to life. So
Birds of the same feather
flock together,
as they say.
right? And you know, you'll get some. You know, and you know, with my daughter, she got 2 sets of friends and everything. Actually, she got like 3 sets of friends. She got the volleyball team, then she got the smart team, which is, you know, they doing their grades, they turning their work in, they on top of the stuff. They the nerdy crew. And then she got the basic friends that she interact and everything. And I'll be telling her, it's a balance between being on the volleyball team and being team oriented, and then just being a student, and being a smart student. So it's kind of like different avenues and everything. So at the end of the day, you need to know who your kids' friends are. And you know, they got one friend, she's driving now, and she, you know, every time I ask beautiful, so what y'all doing? Oh, Dad, we what she say? We skirted to Wendy's. I'm like, the fuck? In my mind, I'm like, what the hell is that? She was like, we drove to Wendy's, and that's their definition of riding out or pulling up. It's the skirt. We skirt to Wendy's and everything. I'm like, oh, so Nyjah picked you up. She like, yeah. And, you know, in the beginning, it was hard for, you know, my daughter to get in the car with Nyjah. And Nyjah is like a good driver. She been driving for about 6-7 months and everything. And Nyjah is a great driver. They say Nyjah drives fast. But at the end of the day, I tell my daughter, look, you put the seatbelt on. You make sure you know, of course they're going to be banging the music in the car and everything. Nyjah I think she got like a Ford Focus and everything. And the Ford Focus be sweet. So when she pull up, beautiful looking like, shit, that's my homegirl. Let me get in there. And so now you got Nyjah driving, beautiful on the drive. Beautiful on the drive. Then, you know, Eden won the drive. Eden won the drive. Then Z won the drive. Z won the drive. And what's the other? I can't think of the other girl name. So you got all 5 girls are trying to drive now. It takes one to spark it, and now here come the revolution and everything. So it's very important. It's very important. Also, what Chris will say. Also, back in the day, our parents knew who our friends were. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. And now, you know, COVID showed up. So now it's like majority of the time, parents don't even know who their friends, parents don't know who their kids' friends are. And you know, with me, I need to know. They need to come over, you know, let me throw a barbecue for them or something like that. Bring all your friends over, because it's going to be one friend that you have to pull to the side and be like, listen, watch this friend right here. This friend ain't going to be with you for a long time. This friend gonna be jealous of you and everything. And then, Mark, we like 4 days in, and you know I walk in and you have to break the ice. I say, beautiful, come on, spill the tea. What's going on? She like, that it ain't no tea spill yet. I'm like, come on, beautiful, it's some tea spill. She was like, well, it's one particular girl that was dating one of the volleyball girls. Her brother was dating one of the volleyball girls, and I guess they broke up. So now the girl is messy on the volleyball team, to the point where they're about to go to lunch or whatnot, or they finna go to Wendy's and everything. And so the girl mother gets into the car with Nyjah and asking Nyjah, you know, why y'all don't like my daughter? So it becomes like a big drama type thing. And I had to tell my daughter, I'm like, this what little girls in 2021, either they fighting or they messy. And the reason why they act the way they act, majority of the time they act how their parents act. So if your mom is ratchet, your daughter gonna be ratchet. If your mom a freak or a thought, your daughter 50% of the chance gonna be that. Because parents, I mean, you know, kids what you call that? Replicate what they parents do. Because nowadays, when you go to parents, when you go to people's houses and everything, and I don't understand this, the kids be up under the parents all day. You go to the house, you got a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, or 10-year-old, or however it is, the kid be right up under the parent, to the point where, like, for me, you can't be up under me. I have to tell the parents, like, hey, man, listen, I go to some of my boys' cribs and everything, and they son I say, man, you got to send your son in the next room, because I might say anything that's inappropriate, and I don't need that kid to be looking at me or anything like that. I need to be free. And once again, by me being the greatest daddy in the world, I tell your son, look, you need to leave. That's the relationship I got with my friends. I don't know how it is with anybody else and everything. I don't like, it's a certain place that kids need to be.
Yeah, I mean, just reverting back to, when we was coming up, it was a time and a place for kids to be around. And when there was a bunch of adults in the room, per se, talking, it wasn't for you to be around. Like, you go sit your ass and go take your ass in the back somewhere. There ain't no kids in here. There ain't no kids up here. Go downstairs. Go upstairs. You know what I mean? But nowadays, we allow, I ain't gonna say we, like we are included, but society says it's right for kids to participate in adult shit.
Yeah.
Make a long story short. And this brings me to a topic, man, that I was kind of going to save until Tiff got here. It was a real good topic. I kind of want to save it But I want to throw it out there at the same time. But you know what I mean. But we're gonna wait till later on. We can get some more viewers up and everything, man. Y'all share the video. Let's get some more people tuned in. Shout out to everybody who tuned in on YouTube as well.
Oh yeah. G Scott, T-Boz, what's up? My boy Mike Wells is in the building. Me and Mike Wells go way back. I'm talking about Winterhalter days and everything. Mad love to Mike Wells and the family, his beautiful wife and everything. And mad love to Mike Wells, little bruh. Mad love to bruh and everything. But it's important. It's very important, you know. So when I come in the house and everything, I always ask my kids, you know, how was your day? Tell me what you did. My son is, you know, he's in the 11th grade now, you know, and you know when you come into the 11th grade, it's certain presence because you've been a freshman, now you're a sophomore, now you're a junior. It's a certain presence that you have to bring. And you know, he walked in the hallway, he like, Dad, a freshman bumped into me and I almost blew his shoulder off. I'm like, what? You know, he was like, you know, I don't know why he was walking towards my way and everything, and I thought he was gonna back off. He like, I just ran him over. I'm like, all right, man, all right. But it comes with, you know, you have to set the tone and everything. Look, well, you ain't gonna let no freshman run you over. So hey, man, and at the end of the day, I'm like, listen, man, you know, watch what you do. Because you don't want to be fighting at no school or nothing like that and everything. So, you know, but, you know, if you have to blow a freshman's shoulder off, blow it off, man, and keep it moving and everything. He was like, man, he was a short dude. I say, man, look, blow his shoulder off and keep it moving, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I assume when my son was in 9th grade, either he moved or somebody was going to blow his shoulder off. So it's kind of like a respect type thing. So, you know, and them the stories that I get each and every day and everything. He in the band, he walking around like he tired all day. You know, we got to work out, man. I don't want to hear all that. I want to hear that crying stuff. Look, let's work out and let's get it in and everything. So, you know, once again, it's very important for your kids, for you to know your kids' friends and everything. You got football season. Is it back? I don't know if everybody's seen, you know, yesterday was the Cowboys versus Tampa. Tom Brady versus Dak. I mean, man, it's hard. It's hard to give mad love to white boys, man. It's hard to me. Tom Brady is the coldest, man. Tom Brady, I don't know what this dude, he got to be hanging around somebody black for him to be doing this. He got to be, I mean, Tom Brady, what, 40, I want to say 44, body tight, been playing for damn near like, what, 20 seasons plus. This dude, the team that they got, they might be repeating. They might win the Super Bowl again. They won the Super Bowl last year. They might repeat that, boy, and do it all over again and everything. And, you know, they played Dallas yesterday. It was a minute left. Man, Tom Brady came down and did what he did like he always do, and won the game. You know, Dak, good quarterback. You know, Dak coming off an injury and everything, but, you know, you got Tom Brady, one of them guys that know how to, you know, he good working up under pressure. You got a minute left. Let me go down here and just win this football game, because that's what he do. That's what he do and everything. And once again, you know, you got Greg, silly Greg, when you lit that thing, Mark, Greg say third eye open instantly, guy. But mad love to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady and what's the wide receiver name? Antonio Brown, the one that they tried to get rid of. He showed out and everything. So, and then you got the Lions. They're going to be playing Sunday against the 49ers. Now, when we get finished with this podcast, you know, I got to make sure that I get my bets in, because once again, Mark, I got some people that are diehard Lion fans that think they're going to win 8 games. Mr. Detroit is predicting I don't think the Lions are going to win no more than 5 games. I got 3 bets out there with 3 dudes that think they're gonna win 8 games. We betting $50. One dude want to bet me 100. Bet I could take that easy money. That's a great investment. And people like, man, how you going against the home team? I've been preaching this ever since I came on here. Until the Lions or the Fords sell the Lions team, they ain't gonna never win. They never gonna win. So mad love to Detroit, mad love to the Lions on going 4-13 in 2021 because that's what they gonna do. And and I don't know why people finna get hype about the Lions and everything. So I'm just here to make this money, man. It's a business decision, definitely a business decision on what we do and everything when it comes to them Lions. Definitely them Lions. Jackson State with Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is down there. He's the head coach and everything. Okay, of course I'm talking about Jackson State, HBCU. You damn near gonna hear me talk about them all the time because I definitely ain't gonna talk about Michigan trash team or Michigan State. But Jackson State is down there. They balling out. You got Deion Sanders out there doing his thing, and they played Florida A&M last week. They won 7-6. It was a good defensive team and everything, and the energy that Deion Sanders is bringing down at Jackson State is unprecedented. You got a brother, prime time, that everybody knows that's down at Jackson State, bringing the energy and uplifting the spirits and everything. And it's to the point where they getting mad publicity there. They doing their thing, they building. And not only are they building, they educating young kids, young black kids. And I've been on here preaching this all the time. I think every black kid needs to go to a HBCU. And I've been preaching this for the last, I'm going to say 10 years. And now you got Deion Sanders. He's at Jackson State. You got Eddie George. He's at Jackson State. You got, I can't think of the other dude that's at Grambling. But now you got black kids that are going to HBCUs, that are making HBCUs bigger than what they really are. And once again, it's only going to take 1 or 2 stars. Deion Sanders' son is the quarterback down there at Jackson State, doing an excellent job. The boy could have went to Alabama. He could have went to Clemson. He could have went to Florida. He could have went to Miami. He went to where his dad was at. And that's what, and once again, you spend time with your kids. Your kids gonna come where you at. His son could have went anywhere else. His son came right to where his dad was at, and that's a good vibe that Deion Sanders is doing excellent down at Jackson State. It's only right that his son go there and everything. So mad love to them. Show your role of Michigan. G. Scott say, show my role in Michigan and everything. Carla, how you doing and who is this?
You know this is G. Scott right here.
What they do, G? Love you. Thank you, man.
No doubt, dog. I love the show, man. Got to keep it going. But Deion got another son that's a DB, so both the sons play for him.
Yeah. And
I ain't gonna lie, they look good, and I like what Deion doing. He's changing the demographic of a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you saw the video of him in the locker room, that mug was lit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is what I like right here.
But G, everything that they keep saying that the quote I keep saying is, if Deion Sanders keep winning, Florida State, he from Miami, they waiting for the head coach for Miami not to do good or for them to have a bad season, and they was like they coming after Deion Sanders. And listen, if he leave Jackson State, he didn't put enough time and he didn't uplift Jackson State to the point where I want him to stay. But if he leave, I can't be mad at him.
I think he's gonna stay just because of what he's doing. He's trying to get these black men to the pros since they're not focused on, like you said, HBCU schools no more. So I commend him on what he's doing. He's doing a hell of a job. And like you said, it's a lot of kids that's not that's going to HBCU schools now more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Master P son, he already got an endorsement just by being
Yeah.
at HBCU school.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I get pissed because I'm like, what was that energy when I was hooping?
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I was the coldest guy on the court.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, they couldn't have that for me. But I get it. They trying to get these kids mind changed differently now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't gotta go out here in the city. Sorry, I'm outside at work.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you don't gotta grow up and be a drug dealer or do some other thing where it's gonna get you in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Come to an HBCU. You can do the same thing at a top 10 university,
Yeah.
and that's factual.
And you and G, now they paying kids now. So
Yes.
if you able to generate money, that's a good thing. If because
I read up that alumni right now, since they letting the colleges get money, there's alumni from Michigan State. He's going to give
Yeah.
every player, football and basketball, $500
yeah, they got money allocated to that they're gonna give it to them, right?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, everywhere. And what people fail to realize is nothing but these boosters.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, the same boosters that Chris Webber got, Jalen Rose got, basically the 5-5 got. That they don't have to be in the dark no more. They can come out, do what they need to do, make money, and give money to the actually give money to the kids. Have the kids do what they need to do. They can make the money and they don't have to be in the dark anymore. So that's
That's like Mo P. Mo P was at Michigan State. When I went up there, I was like, "Where you get this from?" He was like, "Shh." I was like, "Man, don't shush me. I know where you got it from."
Mhm.
He could be truthful with me. These boosters hooking y'all up.
yeah.
They just was afraid to come out with it. But I do got the Lions losing this Sunday. So
What's your prediction on how many games you think they're gonna win?
I
G?
got them winning only 4. And that's a maybe 4.
Right.
Because I'm still suspect on that line. I'm definitely suspect on the secondary of our defense. Our defense is still horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know where we keep getting these DBs that keep getting burnt.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, fix this.
Yeah.
And like you said, I agree with you. Until they muscle her out there, Lions is not gonna go nowhere.
It's gonna be hard.
They have to get rid of her.
Yeah. And I don't even think I don't even know why they don't go after. Look, you got Cam Newton. I don't think Cam Newton would come here, but God damn it, I would go after Cam Newton, guy.
I would too.
I don't understand it, but hey, it ain't for me to understand. They got the money. They making the picks and everything. I think Cam Newton gonna be straight whatever he do. Even if he sit out this year and come back, even if he retire, I think he gonna be straight for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So
And I know y'all probably gonna talk about how you felt about Biden with this mandate.
Oh yeah, I'm finna. Oh yeah. That's that.
All right. Well, let me tune in and watch that. So I just want to chime in with my 2 cents. Keep the show going, man. Love y'all.
Love you guys. Thank you, G.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Them Lions is something else. And like G was saying, I think I mean for me, I stumbled over to going to HBCU because the story that I got was, or the story that I tell is, I was going to Mississippi State to play basketball, and I went to Mississippi State, and when I got to Mississippi State, they wanted me to pay $13,000, and my mom was like, I go ahead and pay that. I'm thinking like, no, I'm supposed to have a partial scholarship where I don't have to pay all that money and everything. And my auntie, Aunt Bonnie, like my other mama, she was like, just come on back to Jackson and we'll figure something out. We get there and everything, and she like, well, you can go on over the Jackson State, or you go to Tougaloo. I'm like, what? Coming out of Detroit Southwestern, you think you the shit. And and when I went to that school, that was the best decision. And I always tell thank God for my Aunt Bonnie. Thank God for her for making me go to HBCU and understanding. And when I got there, I seen that many black folks at the college and everything. I'm looking like, man, I ain't never seen this before. And it was the love that they was giving, and it wasn't about how much you had. It wasn't about where you from and about what you got on. It was just so much love on the campus to the point where you embraced it, and that's what it was and everything. So, and I tell every black kid that I come in contact with that's interested in going to college. College may not be for everybody, but if you do go and you're a black kid, I think you need to go to HBCU or just consider going to HBCU. And my boy Larry Bland, one of the greatest quotes he ever said, he was like, it need to be a requirement that every black kid go to HBCU at least for 2 years. Just for 2 years. You go to a HBC for 2 years. If it's up to you if you want to transfer and go to, other colleges and all that type of stuff. But as a black kid, it needs to be a requirement for you to go to HBCU for 2 years and everything, just to build enrollment up, to get the experience and everything. So, man, I love HBCU. And November 13th, I'm gonna take my son down to Jackson State and Southern. They playing in New Orleans and everything. I'm gonna take him down there so he can get that experience, because when you get down there, I can talk about it, I can tell you about it, but just being in that atmosphere of an HBCU and watching the band and watching that many black folks and watching so much love and the rivalry and the vibe, it brings you home to the point where you be looking like, they make this shit up, they got this out here. It ain't no fighting. Everybody barbecuing. If they barbecuing, you can always go over and get something to eat. Everybody eating down there. Everybody having fun, and then they party. They go home and they do it all over again and everything. And that's what the South is about majority of the time. So mad love to HBCUs and mad love to everybody in the South, and mad love to Mississippi, because I definitely got love for Mississippi and everything. So, you got the verses coming up Tuesday, Mark.
Uh-oh.
You got Fat Joe and Ja Rule. I'm going to let you go first and tell me who you think might, because Mark is 0 for 2. Mike McFly is 0 for 2. So I'm trying to see. I'm because I'm gonna throw it out there, because right now I'm 2-0 on verses. I'm impeccable. I'm 2-0. Mark, so Mr. 7 Mile.
You know what, man? I don't even know why I want to say it like this, but I hate to say it, but I think Ja gonna take this one.
Wow, we right here. It might be that third eye. It's that third eye to open up. Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, I mean, he got hits. He got a lot. He had a run. He had a serious run. I mean, and then the thing about it is, like, just as far as the street music, you know what I mean, side of Ja Rule, that Vinny Vetti Vici album, man, was, good fucking Lord, man. Like, that first album, man, was ridiculous. I damn near want to go and listen to it now, just thinking about it and shit.
I was listening to it yesterday, because before I came on.
And then you got all of the girl hits. You got all of the Ashanti, all of the radio, all of the collabos, it's like, wow, this nigga Ja had a serious run, man.
Yeah, to the point where 50 stole that run. 50 stole that style, made it, built off of it, and ran with it and everything. The only way that Fat Joe could win this, I got Ja Rule winning this, flat out. I got Ja Rule winning this hands down. The only way Fat Joe could win this, and Fat Joe got hits.
He got hits.
He got hits.
This is what I'm saying. Go ahead. I'm about to say something, but go ahead.
Fat Joe got hits, especially when he went down south and started messing with Lil Wayne.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, Lil Jon. He started messing with T-Pain. He started messing with Akon. When Fat Joe went down south, it kind of like changed his perspective on music. And a lot of cats got mad for Fat Joe messing with that down south and everything. Like, dude, how you gonna be from New York and you down south and you rocking with beats like that? Down south was slapping for damn near a decade. It's only right that you go down there and you dig off in that dirty South and everything and go get that money. And that's what Fat Joe did. The only way Fat Joe will win this if Fat Joe does what Jadakiss did. As far as like stage presence and
he can out hip hop Ja Rule.
Right. That's
he can out hip hop Ja Rule if he really put his energy into it and shit.
And that's the way that's the only way he gonna win. Other than that, unfortunately, Ja Rule is a stage presence type of dude because he like fucking with the ladies. So if I know what Ja Rule doing, he probably gonna he probably kind of it's gonna be hard for him to get back in shape. It's gonna be hard for him to get back in shape because I think Ja Rule picked up some weight. But if he do, he definitely.
I think Ja got to come with he can't come with just the whole R&B Ja. He got to come with some of that Vinny Vici.
Yeah.
Like half of the verses. Like he got to come with that for Fat Joe. Like he's not going against I wouldn't want to say that, but Drake, somebody that's like a singer rapper, so he can't come with that R&B stuff to beat. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to come with the real street shit. And one thing that I was gonna say, one thing that I noticed is they kind of put people up in the last few verses. Is like they have one star-studded hit maker and then one underrated hit like that's like what the Dipset and the Locks. The Dipsets were more so the stars of it, but then you got the underdogs, that could possibly take them out. And I feel like it's the same thing with Fat Joe and Ja Rule. Like he got enough content that if he plays his cards right, he could beat Ja.
Yeah. And my boy just texted me from Chicago, K-Joe. Now, K-Joe put me on. I want to say K-Joe put me on Fat Joe because K-Joe is a Fat Joe. He loved Fat Joe. He fucks with Fat Joe. He texts me like, listen, how you rolling with Fat Joe? I mean, how you rolling with Ja? He was like, you rolling with Ja? Crack got 3 decades of hits. Ja only got, what did he say? Black, you rolling with Ja? Crack got 3 decades.
Why you didn't say the shit in the comments? How you gonna text you on it if he watching the show?
Hey man,
what kind of shit? Come on, man. Everybody, he want to be in private. He want to have a private conversation.
Yeah, he want to have private.
You want to be private. And shit. What kind of?
So when I seen him, I knew already he heard me say this and everything. Let me put this. You put it in the comment. But like as you were saying, the only way Fat Joe is gonna win, he gonna have to hip hop. He gonna have to hip hop Ja, and Ja got bangers.
Yeah, if he plays hip hop card and Ja pull out his Vinny Vici hits, then it's gonna be a long day.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a long day, especially after because we got a New York. Oh, but then the crazy part about it is like Fat Joe got some of them R&B / hits too. Like he got.
I know. Yeah, he do. He got some.
This might be better than we thinking. And shit like this.
And it's at Madison Square Garden again. And you got to think about Fat Joe was looking at how Jadakiss handled.
Hey, when he was in the crack, he was like, wow.
Yeah.
He was wild at
Yeah.
Jadakiss.
Yeah. And for this can rejuvenate Ja Rule career, or Fat Joe can definitely bury Ja Rule's career because 50 already kind of like slight weight.
He put the nail in both of them niggas really low key. Shit.
Basically. So, but
I wonder if he gonna be in the crowd.
Oh my goodness, I was thinking about that too. 50, if 50 show up in representation of Fat Joe, the shit can go left. And Fat Joe got a couple hits with Lil Wayne. Fat Joe got a couple hits with he ain't got no hits with 50, I don't think, and everything. So, but definitely it's gonna be. I did, Black. What happened to the call in? The call in line open, man. The call in line is open. Let me put that. The call in line is open. But that's gonna be that's definitely gonna be That's definitely gonna be a good verse and everything. Just to let everybody know, I done came up with a conclusion. This is what I realized. I done came up with a understanding that, and I'm gonna wait till Mark come in because definitely Mark gonna be on my head about this and everything. Definitely, the only person dealing with these verses, and they say that I heard somebody was talking about how Jay-Z and Nas and Memphis Bleak was talking about how Nas would kind of like get washed. Jay-Z will wash Nas and everything. Mark, you might have to put this on here. See, there you go, K-Joe. Yeah, K-Joe, now you locked in. So you ain't got, you see the number up there. The call line is open. You see the number on here, K-Joe. So you welcome to call in. I ain't even got to put the number up here. I need K-Joe to call in. The only person, Mark.
Hold on, wait, let me let you.
The two people, I'm going to throw this out here real quick. The two people that's at the number one, like, hit maker. As far as like hits, you got Jay-Z and you got Drake. You got Jay-Z and you got Drake. I got one person that will wash both them. I got one, when I say wash, that will beat the brakes. That will beat the brakes off of Jay-Z. That will beat the brakes off of Drake. It's one person that will beat the brakes off of Nas, and that will beat the brakes off of Jay-Z. I mean, my bad. It's one person that will wash Jay-Z and Drake. Wouldn't you say Jay-Z and Drake the top two artists of all time? Like everybody talking about? Because
that can be argued.
Right. So you got, or it's vice versa. Could it be Drake, Nas? I mean Drake, Jay-Z, or Drake, Jay-Z? It flip flop, right?
You just, what do you mean? You never said. Are you trying to throw Nas in there?
No, not Nas, because Nas stage presence and Nas don't have enough hits. Drake got a lot of hits, wouldn't you say?
He has a reasonable amount of hits.
Drake,
I ain't gonna say he. Yeah.
Drake got. I mean, I don't fuck with Drake.
I'm okay with Drake,
but Drake got a lot of hits that women love. Wouldn't you say, Tiff?
Yeah.
She got church hugs and high fives in the building, ladies and gentlemen. She got the introduction for Tiff. She got the new lipstick on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not familiar with that lipstick. The name of the lipstick, Tiff. Do we know the name? Because last week it was something else.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I have so much makeup, I wouldn't know what color I was wearing for one moment to the next.
So the new lipstick that she's rocking today, ladies and gentlemen, is called Purple Rain. So
all right, it could be Purple Rain.
So we gonna roll it with Purple Rain and everything.
I let that ride.
Church hugs and high fives in the building.
I said Drake versus LL. That's too much of a generational gap, man. That's the whole only thing about that one.
No, the only thing about that one is Drake can't verse LL.
Because both of them are the same thing. But
no, it's because
Mark says right. It might be a generational gap.
I don't think it's just the generational gap. I mean, I think that's part of it.
Right.
Because younger folks might not know LL's music, but seriously, like if we just being serious, yeah.
I was talking about this
I don't think Drake gonna win against LL. I'm sorry.
I was talking about this 601. I was talking about this while I was kind of like working out. Well, I got the echo mark right there. But I was talking about this when I was working out. The only person that me personally think that can, I'm talking about beat the brakes off of Drake and beat the brakes off of Jay-Z.
Who?
Kanye West. If you look at Kanye West,
I'm not not gonna say
body.
beat the brakes
I'm
off,
talking
though.
about wash them boys. I'm talking about
I'm
like
not gonna say
what's
that.
the thing you got to wash your hands? How many seconds you got to wash? So
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Kanye
say.
West will wash them boys. I had to
I'm not
I had to
gonna
look at it, Mark.
that.
I had
I'm not
to.
gonna agree
If you
with
look at the Drake don't produce.
now he'll beat the brakes off Drake ass.
Drake don't produce 601. What's that 601? But
one
Drake,
knows,
I
no one
don't know.
cares.
I don't know. It's coming through like that. But Drake don't produce. Jay-Z don't produce.
I don't understand what you're saying.
When we talking about make beats, we talking about verses.
Oh, okay. So, but that's not what verses is.
But verses is about your like the production, the verses.
No, verses is about the songs though.
The songs that you see, because Jadakiss, he stepped into that arena and made dudes step their game up. So when Jadakiss did what he did, I'm telling you, only person, if
you know what, Jay-Z versus Kanye would be fucking.
That would be that would be bananas.
Kanye will beat the brakes off the Jay.
I'm not gonna say Kanye gonna beat the brakes
The
off
brakes
Jay.
off of Jay. If you Kanye produced Beyonce.
But
Kanye,
we're not talking about his. He can't bring his catalog from other people into that.
That's his That's his verses.
But you say that. But I beg to differ, because when you talk about the Teddy Riley and
Mark.
Okay,
that's a great analogy, Mark.
Teddy Riley, who did he go against? Babyface.
And Babyface.
Both of those, and now Babyface.
They both have phenomenal catalogs.
I didn't even know Babyface wrote all them songs that he did.
They both have phenomenal catalogs. I'm not
so
talking.
You can't really say, you know what I mean?
Like Babyface wrote for
if you want to say that, then you can take it back to the last recent one with the Lox and Dipset. Okay, because a lot of the songs that Lox played, they weren't Lox songs. They were just Lox.
Oh well, y'all got to remember, I've never watched the verses, so yeah, I'm thinking that it's all they music. So if it's all they music, it's just for the record, nah, I don't.
Kanye's did Beyonce. Kanye did Drake's. Kanye did Nas. Kanye did Jay-Z's. Kanye did Kanye got a banger, and of course I don't fuck with Lil Nas X. Kanye did Lil Nas X joints that are like slapping at the number one. Kanye did.
I ain't never heard one of his songs.
Me either. And I don't even listen to it.
Cowboy song, but I don't let my kids listen
at all.
to it.
At all. Kanye, if Kanye was to do a versus with Drake or Drake or Jay-Z, Kanye will body both them. I got to looking at that like,
all right, if we talking about not just specifically they music, which I think is a little bit different, because if you gonna have a versus, realistically speaking, if you gonna have a versus with two rappers, I don't think they should be allowed to introduce music that they produced but didn't perform. Personally speaking. Especially if one of them is a producer and the other one is just specifically a rapper.
What if Kanye has a song with someone that he produced and he has a verse on the song?
Okay, that's different. He performed on the song, but he performed. So if he performed, okay, fine. But if he doesn't, if he's going against somebody who's specifically a rapper, he should not be allowed to play music that he produced. So
that's why it's called verse. Jay Dilla. Kanye has worked with Jay Dilla.
Well, me and Kanye work together too, but I'm just saying.
What the hell kind of wet dream you in?
Me and Kanye work together. Y'all don't know.
Look, and look, and K-Joe,
Thank you.
K-Joe from Chicago, Kanye from Chicago. All you got to do is call in. I'm waiting for K-Joe to call in. He in the comment and everything. So, that Fat Joe in Ja Rule is coming this Tuesday too.
Okay.
Hopefully you
Fat Joe.
able to watch.
I'm going with Joe.
You going with Fat Joe or Ja Rule?
I'm going with Fat Joe.
You going with who?
Fat Joe.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
I like his music better, so.
I think you coming off like Fat Joe kind of cute or something, Tiff. That's what I'm looking at.
Nah, Fat Joe ain't my type. I'm sorry.
Who your type, Tiff?
I will not disclose any of that information.
Ain't no church hugs and high fives.
Ain't nobody getting no damn church hugs and high fives.
I'm saying if you was to, because you know if you was to throw it out there,
who would be my type?
yeah.
Oh, you trying to throw somebody under that bus, ain't you, Daddy?
Okay, so we not gonna talk about regular people. Yeah, definitely a bus. So we not gonna talk about regular people, but I
No,
don't know.
we can talk
I
regular
have a
people.
very expansive list of likes.
Right,
so
right. But if you was to looking at, I mean, who you like? Tip,
we talking about physically?
No, not because I don't want to throw you up under the bus. Cause
I don't give a fuck about that as long as they not real people. I'm not gonna tell you who I like, who is a real person.
Like when you see him, you be looking like shit.
Oh, I say shit a lot. So like I think Tyrese is a beautiful
specimen of a man,
specimen of a damn man. Yes, he is. Okay.
So Tiff, you like chocolate dudes?
I like chocolate.
You
I
berry.
like light skin. I
like
like
light
caramel.
skin. Oh, okay.
I ain't had no vanilla, but I have seen some very attractive.
There we go.
Caucasian
Hopefully this is a
men.
vanilla that's calling in right now. Caller, how you doing and who is this? Hopefully this is my main man.
K Jizzo.
Here we go. K Joe. Preach to me.
I'm sitting on the porch with your niece. You might hear in the background talking. So.
You didn't hit one? Because I need you to be on that third eye type something, K Joe.
All right, come on, man. You said Kanye what?
Dude, Kanye will watch Jay.
I don't.
Kanye will watch. God, he from Chicago. God, Kanye got a lot of production.
Nah,
Kanye got a lot of hits.
I don't know. Well, if that's the case, Kanye got to go against the producer, not a rapper.
That's what I said.
But Kanye raps and he produce. You can't.
Yeah, but he
can't
gotta.
put that.
He has to be on
Kanye
the record that he has produced.
Hey, you on speakerphone or something, bro? You kind of low. You gonna speakerphone the Bluetooth?
I thought
or
it was
something?
because I ain't have my other.
You on
ear
speakerphone, K Joe?
I am. Let me put my my earpod in.
And get some.
Probably just want to talk straight into the phone. That'd be best for. Oh, but you got the baby over there.
And get some kisses while you in the midst of that, K Joe.
He always trying to get some baby kissed.
What? My niece got. She got them cheeks that deserve them kisses, K Joe.
All day. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So, in my opinion,
Right.
First of all, Kanye wrote a verse in 2005. Let's just put that out there.
Hey, what Puffy say?
We don't care what Puffy said. He had on
I
a
don't
wig
write
over the
rhymes.
weekend.
I write checks.
He had a wig
if that's
on
the
over
case-
the weekend. I'm done.
If that's the case, Kanye should go against Puff then.
There you go.
Kanye
that-
will wash him. That's all I'm saying.
Kanye
Yeah.
watch Puff, man.
Yeah, he'll kill Puff.
But getting the Fat Joe, because K Joe, I hate to give credit
Hey
where
man,
credit's due.
as a hip hop purist, I can't believe you going with Ja Rule.
Me either.
You know, that's the reason why I say it, man. It's like it's as hard as it's for me to say this. I gotta go Ja Rule, man. It's like
I'm definitely going.
The
with
reason why
Fat
K
Joe.
Joe is on my ass like this, because I want to say K Joe put me on Fat Joe first. That tape that you had, K Joe always had Fat Joe. And when I heard the shit, I'm like, Fat Joe go like this? He's like, dude, Fat Joe been going like this. The tape that he had was, that album was classic.
Yeah, that was the Jealous Ones interview.
Yeah.
No, that was that wasn't the Jealous One. That was the Cartagena, the Don Cartagena.
Yeah,
tape. That's exactly what that was. But okay, Fat Joe, I just feel like we talking about 3 decades. Like Fat Joe got 3 decades in here. Ja Rule got
7
years.
years.
I don't know how that. I mean, we talking about. I ain't a mathematician, but I'm just saying 30 years versus 5. I think he could put together a better 20-song joint than Ja Rule can. Now it's gonna be like 5 or 6 songs Ja Rule play that Fat Joe ain't gonna have a chance.
Right. But they
he
doing
play
outside of
anything
that.
with pun on it and
see what I mean?
I'm just saying.
You got a good point. And I think that's what K Joe going with it. If he go into pun's bag,
if he play
It's a
anything
mark- it
with
might
him
be a
and
rap.
pun on it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he got songs. He
It's
got
good,
songs
man.
with
It's like
Ashanti,
because
he
the
got
thing about
songs
it
with
is that-
J-Lo.
You know what? So I can appreciate all of those songs. I can appreciate all the collaborations.
See, if
and
you
shit
act like
like
you don't
that.
know about hip hop, but you do act like you know about hip hop when you
That's
talk about
'cause I
Fragile.
do know about hip hop.
Okay.
I can pretend. I don't know shit about sports. Please don't ask me the difference between a football and a basketball. Y'all all fucked. So no, I love my music. I love hip hop, but I'm just saying, I feel like if he start pulling shit out with Pun, it's kind of a rap. And he got cute little songs with Ashanti and shit like that. Ones that I like. And I was sitting up there bobbing my head and shit. But I'm talking about like if I was ever sitting down and I wanted to hear some real motherfucking music, I wasn't going to Ja Rule.
Oh wow.
As a girl.
But like your boy
Wow,
said though,
man.
that album right there was hot.
Yeah, the whole fucking album.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
cute.
that album was hot. I can't even front on that. But after that, it's like,
Yeah, pretty much, because he
Yeah,
had
because he
cute
went R&B.
songs.
He went
Yeah.
R&B after that. He
He
was just
had
all
straight
"Nah,
cute
baby."
songs.
He went singing. You know what I mean? He went straight.
Yeah. That's just like, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, so here's a very unpopular opinion. I don't fucking like Lil Wayne. Past him, I like his old shit.
I don't either.
I like his old shit. Real talk, I like his old shit. But like this, the new whiny, oh my gosh, I want to just take his trachea the fuck out of his throat every time he talk. Okay, but that's it. I'm sorry. And no, I don't think a touchdown is a 3-pointer. And I don't know the damn difference, but I think for a touchdown, you get 7. How many points you get for a touchdown?
Who put that on there, Tim?
It was
You
G.
get 6.
You get 5 points for a touchdown.
Oh, okay. Well, 7 or 5. I knew it was more than 3, hater.
Y'all better stop it.
You see how they be doing me dirty? And all I do is show them love and respect. And I honor them as beautiful black men and all that good stuff. And they just do me so dirty.
K. Joe.
I mean, if you live in Detroit, it's hard to keep up with football anyway. So
Ah, this guy. It
Pretty much.
definitely is. 'Cause we going 4-13, K. Joe. And K. Joe, you got to get off my cousin, guy. Let him roll with them Dolphins, guy. You know them
6
Dolphins
points.
is not going to do.
Thank you.
I'm so tired of him and the Dolphins. I'm tired of him posting preseason Dolphins points. I mean, cool. Nobody cares about what the Dolphins did in the preseason.
You're right.
But I digress.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be down there. I need you if you can, guy. Meet me down in New Orleans, November 13th. I'm bringing Dave down there for Jackson State versus Southern game. I don't know. I don't know if you.
Wait. So that ain't. I thought that was supposed. So they're not doing it Thanksgiving weekend or that's Bayou Classic, right?
The information that I got was they're gonna be down there. It's gonna be at the Dome.
Okay,
So-
that's gonna be Jackson State something again. The week after is the Bayou Classic.
Right.
And I'm
So
supposed to be going to the Bayou Classic, but I'd rather come to Southern Jackson State.
I'm gonna be down there with Dave November 13th. I mean the plane
Take
ticket.
them out. You putting them on your wing and set them out to the.
I got to. And then listen, I'm gonna throw him up under the bus real quick with my young dog. That's kind of like a savage. So and then I'm gonna fade away to see how good he work up under pressure and everything. So
I almost fell asleep while y'all was talking about sports.
New Orleans gonna be slapping. So
yeah, it is. Absolutely.
you welcome to come down there and crash with this guy. So
I got you. Yeah, you know what? Let me put that on my calendar. But I definitely need a trip. Since we had the little name, did not.
oh yeah, because you don't have to call Fousey. Then I had to call.
He's still talking about sports.
I had to call a couple people just to make sure that my dates and schedules was out there real good. So
I almost fell
Okay.
asleep. Gee, they
That's
doing me
what's up.
dirty again.
All right, well, I ain't gonna hold on. Shit, I got plenty more stuff to go. And shout out to Ab Jam. Get well soon, brother.
oh yeah, for sure, guy. Dream Chasing Infinity, guy.
That's right.
I don't even know what
All
y'all
right,
talking
bro.
about.
All right.
Is that sports talk?
No, that's like on like crickets and everything. So
Yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about. Okay, I'm with y'all.
Now let me backtrack
Right.
to the beginning of the conversation. We was talking about school, right? First day of school.
because Tiff is
School
here right now, right?
Tiff is here now.
Oh yeah,
right?
this is Tiff.
And we are parents, right? Tiff, you got
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
a
I
kid,
do.
Right.
I got a couple of kids.
A couple of kids.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Oh, you shot a
I
couple
got
of them out of there.
I
all
got
right.
I got a few there.
Few it in.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Shot the club.
Dave, you got sons and daughters.
Yeah, I supposed to have like 10
Oh,
or 11.
damn.
Ain't no sense in me lying.
So when I was younger, I wanted like 6 kids.
Oh, that's what's up.
I did. I wanted 6 kids.
Right,
So
right.
one of my Facebook friends had a very I don't even know how to call this situation. I would say interesting, but it's not interesting. If I was in it, I would not be interested.
Mm-hmm.
Say you got an 8-year-old son,
Right.
and you take your son into his first day of class,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you go in the classroom and you see a little boy there in the 3rd grade, 8 years old, dressed like a girl.
Nope.
Right.
I'm not
What's
interested.
your how do you what are your thoughts? How do you feel? What do you do? Do you do anything
You want-
so
You go first, too.
all right. So
as a mother? You got your son.
all right. So as a mother, first of all, why is this child in the class dressed like a girl? And the hard part comes when you have to explain to your child. Because I have an 8-year-old son. The hard part is trying to explain to your child why this little boy is wearing a dress. So they got the new Cinderella movie out, right? And Billy, what's his name? The black guy who always wearing pretty gowns. Anyway, he in it, so I won't let my kids watch it. So I watched it the other day because I'm grown and I know that men shouldn't wear dresses, but I don't want to confuse my kids. So, I mean, basically, I would sit down and I would have a conversation with my children. But realistically speaking, I want to change their school. So that's just me being 100% transparent. I don't have a problem with what you do with your children in the privacy of your own home unless you are harming or damaging. And I think this is harming and damaging in public where it just shouldn't happen. So, I mean, I would definitely fully consider changing my kids' school.
Just like that, Tiff, huh?
Just like that.
What up,
period.
though, on YouTube? CNW662. What's happening?
I think kids are more like they kind of like impressionable.
They are very impressionable.
So and it goes back to
G. Scott.
what G. Scott said.
He say Flamingo is his name.
And you have to
See, that's that Mo talk right there.
yeah, but you got to be careful when you dealing with that kind of shit in your kids because, like, it's certain things. Like, I walked in the house one day, my oldest son and his whatever, they were in the house and they were watching what's Jeffree Star, who's a makeup artist, who would be fine for you to watch as an adult, but I don't think that it's okay for your little kids to have the experience of a man in a full face of makeup looking like me and not having you there to explain the shit.
Right. Where's
You know what
Mo
I'm
at?
saying?
Where's Mo at when you need him at?
Well, you
Go ahead.
probably out calling somebody flamingos. So, you know, I think that's the hardest thing. The
Right.
hardest thing is not being present to kind of explain to your children why these people are the way that they are. And again, I don't take any issue with anybody. I got loads of gay friends. They know what I agree with and what I don't. They keep that shit separate from my kids, you know, whatever. So, you know, yeah. Anyway, it's a hard motherfucking no for me.
I think for the most part, you would just have to kind of like, because kids, when they see stuff, they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And so if you catch them while they figuring out, because me and Beautiful had a conversation yesterday, and when we was talking about, I think parents need to know who their friends are.
I agree. I
And
probably
so-
agree now more than ever, but
Right.
go ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
so when you know who your friend, like when you know who your kids' friends are, you can kind of like break them down and tell them who they are. So with me being the greatest daddy of all time, and I preach that, I know who my daughter friends are. So you bring them over there. I know Z, I know Eaton, I know Zayna, I know Znap. I know all of them.
I had friends my mother didn't know shit about though.
But once you bring them over there,
I wasn't bringing them over to the crib.
right? But you would have to kind of like bring them over, and what I do, I'll be like, bring your friends over here. You know, the volleyball crew, bring them over there, and let me see who you really hanging with, because you know technology is different. So when I walk in Beautiful's room, she got like 6 people in a group chat FaceTiming. And so so I jump in. I'm like, yo, what's up, yo? How y'all doing out there? This is Mr. Detroit. And so the kids looking like, who the hell is that? So you do that 3 or 4 times. And so the kids get interested, like, Beautiful, your daddy is funny. Your daddy is motivational. Then I show up at the practice. Then I show up at the school. Then I show up in the classroom. So they seeing me. So now I'm like, bring them over here so I can show you who you don't need to fuck with.
I mean, and I understand what you're saying. My only thing is, I think sometimes, and I was probably the perfect representation of this statement. So for me, I have friends that literally my mother couldn't have told you a goddamn thing about. And I was one of them kids. I kind of snuck out I ain't really sneak out the house. I walked out the front door.
Your friends, your mom never knew who your friends were. Why?
My mom knew some of my friends, but she didn't know all of my friends.
Why? Tell why?
Because she would have objected.
Okay.
So if I don't want you to object, it's easier for me to apologize than it is to ask permission. That was kind of what I did.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I found out later on the reason why my mother would have objected is because my friends wouldn't have been suitable for the type of life that I was trying to live.
Oh.
So.
And what type of life was that too?
So yeah, they wasn't trying to keep me alive.
I love to hear this, Mark.
They wasn't trying to keep me alive. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, they weren't doing shit that I would do today. You know what I'm saying? They weren't doing shit that I would want my kids to be doing. So I had friends who in high school was selling drugs. I had friends who in high school was in gangs. I had friends in high school who was probably screwing dudes who was 12 times older than them. And that's when I found out about sugar daddies.
You had a little Tatiana crew, huh?
Yeah, I had all kind of goddamn friends.
Okay. Rainbow Coalition friends?
Not in high school
Bi
per
friends?
se. Not in high
Busso
school.
friends?
I did have a couple of them.
Damn.
So I did. I mean,
run throw, like the run throws or the the jump off friends that
I had a couple of them.
They do the whole football team and show up at your house like the Christian, huh?
Nah, they wasn't showing up at the house like the Christian. They
kissing everybody on the cheek.
They wasn't coming to the crib. So.
See, you scaring Dave because you didn't hear the beginning of the conversation when he was talking about how his daughter got 3 sets of friends.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
so now he taking notes now.
No, the thing about it is and this is the conversation.
Yeah, throwing you up under the bus.
I'm throwing everybody under the bus. Here's the conversation that I have with them. All right. The conversation that I have with them at this point is, you can be friends with whoever you choose to be friends with. But the fact of the matter is you have to have a strong mind and you have to know what you believe in. And then you have to be able to say no.
So let me ask you this.
I'm not doing that
Let me ask you this. Which kid of yours you got to watch out for? The one that you got to be like, he might pick some wrong ass friends.
It was AJ.
Okay.
Yeah, AJ got the wrongest. And I understand why.
That's the oldest?
That's my oldest.
Okay.
He has chosen a group of
friends that you do not
approve of at all. But it's not even just that I don't approve of them. It's when you moving through life, you wanna kind of have. And again, I really didn't realize until I got a little bit older. But you want to have the type of friends where, they can move you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So they doing good shit. You want to be doing good shit. You know, when you have a weak will, you cannot have friends who are out here just doing any and everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I was with AJ. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Did you hear what Joe Biden said?
Yeah, I heard about the mask mandate, and he tired of you motherfuckers who ain't got this goddamn vaccination. He's sick of y'all ass. Because
Mark,
y'all fucking up the country.
Did you hear that, Mark?
Say what?
Did you hear what Joe Biden said?
What did he say?
I just told you.
He basically was like, listen,
I'm tired of y'all shit.
And-
Unvaccinated folk.
and if it's more than 100 people that are employed,
Yeah.
I'm implementing my basically I'm calling the motherfucking shots, bitch. You gonna get this vaccine.
Or you have to get tested weekly, which is fine.
And I'm making sure that everybody, I don't give, there we go, like the Hope this Mo. Carla, how you doing and who is this? Carla, how you doing? Who is this?
This G Scott.
G
I
Scott.
just
What?
wanted to say, I just put in the comment, how many times Tiff gonna cuss on that subject? And this nigga let out at least 7 already. Like,
Hey.
As far as them kids, G.
Woo.
what? No, with the Biden subject.
Because that's what he said. He said that shit. I didn't
Like,
say it.
I'm tired of these motherfuckers. And this. I was like,
That's
I
what
knew
he
it.
said. That's what he wanted to say, but he had to look all presidential and fold his hands like this and shit. But at the end of the day, he said what he said. He's sick of you motherfuckers who won't get this goddamn vaccination. Period. And if you won't get it, then he gonna make it real fucking uncomfortable for you. So
Yeah.
Cussed about 10 times. I made my.
I have such a potty mouth. Sorry.
potty mouth. You got a garbage mouth. What
I
you
do.
mean?
My mouth is trash.
There you go. But far as with
Trash
the
mouth.
Trash
far
mouth.
as with the kids, like I feel Dave. I do peek at my daughter, whoever she's talking to on FaceTime, especially when it comes to boys. I got a daughter who's 15 and my youngest 10. The 15-year-old I got to worry about the most because every time she comes, she's with me. Oh, Daddy, this boy, he act like he don't want to talk to me. I'm like, okay, good. I'm happy. I tell her, only boyfriend you got, only boyfriend you
say
got,
you happy?
being the best dad that I am,
Is
only
you.
boyfriend you got is me.
Yeah.
And she hates when I say that. I told her, until you meet a dude that's gonna outdo me, I'm never gonna like any guy that comes around.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm with you.
And I try to put that into my daughter's head. Like whenever we go out, I open the door for them. They be like, "Why do you open the door?" 'Cause that's what a gentleman's supposed to do.
Speak. You know what? Now I tell people all the time, like my dad, my bio dad, when I was little, before he turned into absolute storyteller. So he used to take me, my stepmom, and my sister out to really, really nice dinners. You know what I'm saying? So we would all get in the car. We would all get dressed up. We would all go to the restaurant. He would pull out our chairs. He would open the doors. He paid for the meal. And he set the fucking expectation. And I think that's kind of a lot of what's missing.
That's a lost cause. That's a lost art, too.
It is a
literally
lost art. But I think it kind of sets the expectation. But now, like with my daughter, like, all right, so real talk, my daughter she's 9. And her dad doesn't show her because he lacks presence. But I make sure that, like, if I'm out with somebody, she understands he opens my door. You know what I'm saying? She understands he comes to the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no shit where I'm just sitting up there like, all right, well, you let him treat you any kind of way and it's okay. Nah, fuck that shit.
You see that
Sis.
comment, Mark?
Now these boys now,
What
you
school?
got these boys with purses and leggings.
It's hard. It's a hard sell because we don't know who the fuck the woman is in the situation.
I'm not gonna say that.
I had a boy.
I'm not gonna put what school it was at. That's not. But go ahead.
I had a group at the well, came up, walked up, like 3 boys and 3 girls. Now I'm searching IDs and I'm telling them, let me search your purse. I'd be damned if I'm gonna tell this little young nigga, let me search yours too.
You should have told him. Open up your purse.
Where you get that bag from? I'm like, are we really? Is these boys really this lost? Like,
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yes.
Like I get it. It may be because both parents are not in the house, but damn that you got uncles You got cousins.
Yeah, but you know
What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
The problem is, and again I state, the problem is a lot of these uncles and cousins and you know older brothers and shit like that, they're not present. You know what I'm saying? So their obligation and responsibility is not to that child, where in years before, yes, the obligation and responsibility was to that child. You know, regardless to whether it is a cousin or whatever, you know. And I think that's kind of I think that's kind of where we get lost, is because a lot of the testosterone is out of the household. And then when you don't have it there, it's sad as hell to see. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's the reason why I really kind of feel like I need to go harder on making sure that I put my kids next to a viable, won't touch them because I will murder you type of man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really important. So, because if you touch my kids, I will fuck. Anyway,
Tiff,
you
I don't
just
need you
Coming out
to.
of you. That's so Dexter.
Tiff, I don't need you to
to
like.
go back to
Dexter,
Facebook jail.
I don't
coming
need
all
you-
the way out tonight.
Yeah, Tiff, I don't need you to go
Literally,
fuck
Mark.
with them. I need you to send somebody so you can be clear, so you can be there.
No, because I'm not gonna
No,
be
Tiff,
in the
just send-
correct mental state not to go.
Tiff say,
and
"I'm
take
hands-on
two
with this."
knives.
Yeah,
But
go.
I need
I'm
Tiff.
hands
I'm
on
talking
with
about
it.
I'm wielding knives in both
No,
hands. You
Tiff, I
touch
need
my
you-
babies, I'm
I
wielding
need you-
knives in both
you-
hands, and I'm gonna cut your throat like a
Mark,
samurai.
next
Listen, I
time
know
put
you gonna do that,
Dexter
Tiff.
Not
Hood,
bringing no
not
knives to a
Church
gunfight. That's a gunfight.
But at the end of the day, you need to go send them wolves. Like you need to call me, call Mo, call Ty, call and have them send somebody so we can
Call me,
address
I'll
that.
fuck a nigga up
There
on
we
sight.
go. So Tiff can sit back and look the way you looking right now and be like, I got this shit done. Let us work for you
Yeah.
like we supposed to, and you sit back and be like, nah, you didn't cut them right. Then we go back in and we cut them a little bit more. You be like, is that good enough? You be like, nah, one more time.
I'm trying to castrate niggas.
I
Don't
know,
touch my kids.
But you can't. But you
Lorena,
can't do it.
fuck it up.
That's our job.
Okay.
Gee, I appreciate you guys.
Let me get off this with her violent ass. Don't come to my house and ask for a car wash. I'm like,
Whatever, because I need you to redo my carpet. It's
What you
not
do?
okay. I didn't do nothing. You remember that damn storm and flooding, and there was water in my
Oh yeah,
car.
yeah. I got you. You know how I am. Saturdays and Sundays, you got to book an appointment.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. G.
I don't believe in appointments, G.
God
No,
damn.
I'm joking.
Tip
All
got
right, I had my
VIP.
fun. Let me get off the phone.
All right,
I
G.
love y'all, man.
Love you too. So
Well, it's not critical. It's actually private.
Right.
Okay. That's not. It was a DPS school,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, I mean, you come in. 25 minutes after we talked about it, telling somebody didn't address your comment. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. But no, I'm not. It's not. I'm not about to say what, and I'm not about to say who it was.
that's a hot topic right there, Mark.
Nah, I
Yeah, I
think.
know it's a hot topic.
I mean,
It
and
was
then-
just about the conversation. It wasn't about the school. It was about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I think-
I'm not here to exploit the school. I'm not here to
No.
put the school out there.
But I think the more important situation is that as a parent, you become a face in the presence of your children's
Yeah,
school.
Tiff.
So if you go to your kid's school, you gonna see the little boy in the dress. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have time to go, send somebody else so they can see if any little boys got dresses on.
Or if you ain't going, that's your motherfucking problem.
Yeah.
Because you need to be up there seeing. Instead of just dropping them off, you need to walk in. You know how many classrooms I walked in, and my daughter be like, "Let's see." It started at a young age. Bew, let me walk in and see what the class was. Let me walk in. So then when they get older, when they get like 13, 14, 15, daddy don't come in no more. Because I know what you looking for. I know what you about. I know you about that life. I know you're going to ask these questions. I know you're going to sit in the classroom for about 15 minutes during class because all of the parents is gone. I'm going to sit there. I need to figure out what's going on because I know it's going to be one disruptive kid in there
And then I
that
think
act
it's-
like they parent.
And I agree, but I think that the other thing that's important, so like for parents like me who know I don't have time to sit in the classroom 3-4 times a week.
Tiff,
because
send me
I
in
work.
that bitch.
Dave, you can go by all means. I'll show
So
you
which-
where-
so which-
I'll put
so-
you on the kids' fucking list.
So which kid I need to go into? Which kid you think I need to go into the classroom and just sit in there, just observe what the kids is doing? AJ?
No, AJ is actually AJ don't live with me no more. AJ he dumped me.
Oh my goodness.
I miss my baby though. I'm not y'all.
He's still down there too?
No, yeah. We talk about it off
Okay,
air.
for sure.
I'll tell you the whole.
But what
situation.
kid do you think?
So as far as Michaela and Amari are concerned, I'm gonna really be honest with you. So like with Michaela's will is so strong.
So
I don't really worry about.
You don't worry about Michaela because Michaela got this shit a lot on my.
Michaela acts like her mother.
I'm about to say she act just like you.
Michaela acts like her mother,
But-
except she's meaner.
But
Amari.
that's the one I need to go in to sit in the classroom with, don't I?
Only reason why I worry about Amari is because I noticed that Michaela wills him to do things, but he don't listen to nobody else. If his sister don't say it, that shit ain't true.
Amari more impressionable, huh? And when kids are more impressionable, they get more,
is.
wow, why that kid over there doing,
But he tells Michaela everything too.
he tells her.
He tells Michaela everything.
He don't know that he tells, like, how the kids be like, why are you telling mommy everything? Or, Michaela will tell you everything, I assume, right?
I talk to Michaela, but I talk to my kids just in general.
But she talks to you a little bit more.
Amari tells everything too, because I have Amari under the understanding that nobody can have leverage over you if you don't have secrets. So that's how I address my kids. But my kids talk to me. Even with AJ talked to me until you know what I'm saying,
Right.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she definitely uses Amari's will against him.
Right. Miss Jacqueline's going in. Well, that's Mark. That's
No, I don't think it's. Okay, so to address part of Jacqueline's question, so she said, "Well, what are we doing here, or are we protecting the system? Aren't we here to inform?" So I don't think it's necessarily the fact that anybody is protecting the system. I think it's about protecting the child.
There it is.
And the fact of the matter is,
That's pretty much what it is.
when you have, and don't get me wrong, I think the child probably needs to be protected from the fucking parents, but that's not the situation. The situation is you start telling about what school it is, and then you have folks doing all kind of wild, crazy shit out in front of this kid's school. And then you also have to realize that when those children are in those weakened states where he feels
cause
like he
more harm
could,
than
you
good.
cause more harm
So,
than
me
damage.
knowing
Those are the
my
kids who
position-
kill themselves. And you have to be careful
See,
with the amount of
I'm glad
information
you
that
said
you
that
give
shit.
about children.
Exactly the
so
way you
I don't
said
think that is, well, the reason why it was brought up is because it was a subject that needed to be addressed.
Like I said, it was about the situation. It's not about the school. That's too
No.
much information because now we got people potentially going up there to attack the parents, attack the school, attack the child.
And my
right?
my
And we
question
don't-
is
and we
about
don't
attacking
need
the
that.
child.
Again, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Those
that's the
are
reason
kids
why
who
I
hurt
wasn't. I didn't.
themselves.
The parent, my Facebook friend who hit me with this, didn't even want me to put out who
Address it.
told me this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the
Or-
thing, excuse me, just
ahead.
one second.
Go ahead.
So, Jacqueline, I'm definitely, I understand your vigor as far as the situation is
But me as
concerned. But as a parent, as a mother, as a person who is in the community, and then also as somebody who understands mental health, it is not.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the
ever.
platform responsible for putting that out, putting
Right.
the information out in the public.
And it is never
don't understand that from my standpoint.
advisable that you put a child. So let's make sure it's clear. This is an 8-year-old. You never put a child in harm's way in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The fact of the matter is this child is confused, and adding anything to that confusion could risk this child's life.
Yes,
So
it's
no,
DPS.
it is not advisable that we know what school it is. Show up at your kid's school. Pull up. That's the whole thing.
The child is black, and yes, it's a DPS school. That's all I will say.
Yeah.
But telling you what school it is inappropriate as hell for this situation
Yeah.
in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about, like I said, we're addressing that. What would you do in the situation? Not go up to the school to try to correct that situation.
But the fact of the matter is, as a parent, and this is always going to be my position as a parent, you ought to know what's going on in your kid's school because you should pull up.
Yeah.
So it's not even a question. It's not even a question as to whether or not any of us feel like it is wrong or feel like, this is something that shouldn't be happening. The question is what we would do in that particular situation. And that's something that I would like for you to address. What would you do? What's your platform that you standing on?
Yeah, and the call line is open.
Think that now she's making me seem like somebody that just wants to attack me now because she told some basically I said it. Why is she addressing it? Because I
definitely
brought it up.
call in, Jacqueline.
She wants me to address it, and I'm addressing it in the same way. Not only that, as the responsibility of a media outlet, doing some shit like that could potentially get me sued. Okay, certain information is too sensitive. Okay.
And it's
That's the reason why news outlets don't publish suicide stories. That's the
Oh,
reason why
she
they
want to
don't-
call in.
That's the reason why
what's
they
the
don't
number?
Give it a
I'm
number.
gonna give it a number. I'm gonna put the number up
Put
there.
that number up there. Call
That's
on
the
in,
reason why
Jacqueline.
media outlets don't cover certain missing people stories and certain suicide stories or domestic violence stories because there's legal ramifications behind that if something comes out or somebody ends up getting hurt, and then where did this information come out from? It's not even if I was not. Here's the thing, right? Even if she was to ask me that in the inbox, if I knew, I would probably tell her. But saying it publicly on the show is a fucking no go. I don't know what she don't understand about that.
So the question and
that don't
okay,
mean-
there's the number.
And that don't mean
Call
inbox
in,
me and
Jacqueline.
ask me either. That don't mean inbox me and ask
Go
me.
ahead and call in, honey.
And at the end of the day, Mark, when you brought this up, you didn't want to take it there until Tiff came there. That was kind of smart because, I mean, you knew what direction it probably was going to go into.
And see, I haven't brought it. When I talk about this on my
And you
page
wanted to
later,
talk about it on your page.
I just opened up the can
Yeah.
now. I'm going to talk about this on my.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it on the first day of school when it happened, but I was a little bit busy over the last couple of days. But today, I'm gonna speak on it.
You got time. Ain't nothing wrong with
And
that.
until Tiff come here, I mean, not Tiff, but until Mrs. Jacqueline comes in
ahead,
and
call
everything,
in, babe.
you got 9/11 showing up tomorrow.
Don't nobody care.
Right. So, but what society would say, and I got to thinking about this. I was with my mother. They got 9/11. This is like 20 years later.
Yeah, they keep on talking about never forget, but I gotta forget about slavery.
Right.
I ain't forgetting that shit either.
The thing I keep saying is, granted, people died in them buildings. Everybody know who died in the building. But and it's just me, Tiff, Mark, y'all don't have nothing to do with this. I keep thinking about is this. Them towers went down. White America need to be punished for this shit. Nobody black, nobody Arabic. The only people that fuck with them people over there.
But it's a specific sect of white America.
Right.
And just to be clear, it is people who have power. And the people who have power are the ones who put all of this shit into motion. And then they sit back
And want us to grieve about this
throw
shit.
the rock and hide
your
your
hand.
hand. So at the end of the day, it's a whole lot of things that I memorialize. 9/11 is not one of them. I'm
Definitely
sad
not
for
one of them.
every fucking family who lost a family member in 9/11, but that day don't mean shit to me.
Because what happened is on that particular day.
That was a self-inflicted wound.
Yeah. So I'm
America
asking,
did that to itself.
where was you at 9/11, Tiff?
I was at work.
What was you at, Mark?
I was actually my mom woke me up to the whole situation. She woke me up, busting the room, boom.
Right.
Like, yeah, they bombing America, they bombing the World
I
Trade
was
Center.
enthralled.
So I got up. That was when the first tower hit. So I actually seen the second
Yeah.
tower hit.
Right. And so you probably was like, damn, that's what we doing?
I was
Right.
enthralled and I was very invested because I have family who live in New York.
Yeah.
You know, so that made it a little bit harder. However, you know, again, and to see it, you know what I'm saying? To see it and
Live.
then to see the videos after the fact. It wasn't even the live that fucked my head up. It was to see the videos afterwards of people jumping to their, I mean, and oh,
Yeah,
hold on, Jacqueline. All right,
From
baby.
the buildings and shit.
Carla, how you doing? And I hope this the person that we need to talk to.
Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Jacqueline,
who is
what's
this
going
and where you calling
on?
from?
Hey,
This Miss Jacqueline.
this is Miss Jacqueline.
Miss Jacqueline,
right.
how you doing, sis? You good? Good
I'm
to hear
doing
from you.
great. Yes.
Yes,
Good to
ma'am.
hear from you.
What you got to say, Miss Jacqueline?
Pardon me, what is it that you need to know?
I mean, we asked you to call in so you can elaborate on what you were saying. I mean, you know, we
That's right.
okay. So elaborate.
Yeah,
on
I'm
what you
just thinking about.
The kids.
I'm thinking about what the caller has said about the 8-year-old showing up, and I'm just trying to get a clarification because I don't know anything about this. I've worked in education for over 20 years, and I'm trying to understand it because I haven't seen any evidence of it. I'm just trying to see how we as adults in the city of Detroit are making other people aware of what's really going on. But you guys are saying that, you know, you don't want to harm anybody, you don't want to put anybody out there. But at the same time, the platform that you're on is to enlighten people. So I'm not sure, what that was all about.
Maybe we're not satisfying what you need out of the situation. Because the platform is about we're having conversation, okay? And the conversation was about what would you do in this situation? Because yes, it did happen recently. And again, I don't know if you just let me stop. Let me finish. I don't know if you just feel some kind of way because we won't tell you what school or we won't put it out there because again,
I don't need to know what school.
Okay, well then why are you calling with gripe then? Like we have served you some kind of injustice.
Because you went on a defensive about wanting to know that. That's not the point. I'm just saying if this is really happening, how are you guys informing
if it's
people?
really happening, so you just questioning if it's real now is what you're saying.
Well, not that it's not real.
Oh, so you don't think it happened in Detroit right now? You think it's a story I made up or something? Is that like get to the bottom of what it is? Because now, what do you think is a story that I made up or something? Because get to the bottom of what you're saying. Because when your comment said like I'm not against you, sis. Like because she's saying the same thing that I'm saying as far as the reason why we didn't put it out there. That was your initial question. Why didn't we put the school out there? And that's the reason why you called.
I'm not worried about the school in particular.
So
I'm about awareness. Well, I'm speaking. So if you're going to let me speak or not, I'm talking about awareness. And if we're in here and we're adults and we're leaders for our children and we're trying to make other people aware, I mean, it doesn't matter about the name of the school particularly.
Exactly. That was
but
the point we said
whole
to
thing
you
is, what is a resolution?
So basically,
okay, that's what we were asking. We were
wondering
if you were listen.
This is not coming against you. I mean, these men are sitting back having all these conversations and comments.
That was clear in the beginning that she wanted to rebut
I'm not
me.
coming
It wasn't
against
about you.
You the one brought up about an 8-year-old and talking about wearing a dress. I've been in education for over 20 years. I haven't seen it.
I think
if we're in the city of Detroit, excuse me, I'm speaking.
Okay,
excuse me.
And I let you speak. Like I'm letting you continue to speak.
And we haven't seen anything on the news regarding that.
Okay, so what does that mean? So what do you mean? Is it fake because you didn't see it on the news? Do you want me to tag the lady who said it? Do you want me to tag the school?
Okay, so what's your resolution? What can you offer to your listeners?
You don't want my resolution because I'm not for that lifestyle. Okay, so my resolution is pointless.
So
I had a conversation about. I presented it as a conversation of what you would do.
Your resolution as a man, because you're speaking as a man.
Okay, my resolution as a man is raise your boys to be boys before the world teach them to be women. That's what it is. Bottom line.
Well, you should have said that.
Okay. Oh, so you just called to rebut me and battle me. That's all it was. You just want to.
Well, no, it's not about rebutting you and battling you. I'm just trying to comment.
Why are you coming at me about it all?
So
I'm about making a difference.
Okay, well then we're making a difference by bringing up a conversation and speaking on what you would do in that situation, right?
Okay,
whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're a man or a woman with a son.
Like I said, Overtalker, what are you going to do?
Underthinker.
What are you going to do? Do you have any children?
Underthinker, yes, I do have children. I actually have a son. And I'm teaching him to be a man before the world teaches him to be a woman. Okay? So I hung up on her.
Oh.
Okay, so
some over talker. This is my damn show. What the hell are you talking about? I'm giving you the platform to speak, and I can cut you off.
So okay. So I don't know
only got a
whether
minute,
Jacqueline is still watching.
Right.
So here's the whole thing in a nutshell.
Go ahead, because we got time for you to talk.
Okay, so here's the whole thing in a nutshell, Jacqueline. If you still watching, the premise that, or the idea that we were having is, this is a show where we communicate information, and yes, sometimes we do give our opinions on what the resolution can be, but those are our opinions. Now, whether anybody chooses to act on those opinions, or whether anybody chooses to get up, wake up, move on any of those things, you kind of have to still be careful about the amount of information that you give. And that was what you were requesting in the beginning.
Exactly. And then you want to switch your focus when you got on the line.
Information. And that information was not what the important part about the conversation was. The important part of the conversation is that we talk about what's going on, period. And we ask for opinions, but at the same time, we cannot make any change if we arguing amongst each other and we all agree with each other.
And that's the thing. You picking your battle with me specifically. I'm bringing the same point home as far as why we didn't bring out. That was her initial question.
It was.
And then she called in. I can hear the spite in her voice. Yes, I did. Trying to be sweet and shit. Like, you just had some kind of spite that you wanted to come in like to gripe against men. And she ain't say shit to Dave. So that's why I feel like it was all like, this is somebody that's on my page that's following me, that has some kind of issue with me, that just wanted to call in.
And there should be no issue.
It couldn't be that I'm smooth as hell and she couldn't.
He wasn't saying shit, Dave.
It's not even that. It's the fact
I brought it up.
Yeah,
but,
you brought it up.
But even outside of you bringing something up, the one thing that I never want to see is people who could be making a change. And that's what you said that you have a desire to do. You said you are a thing changer. Will start changing those things, and it has to begin, and I'm just gonna put it out there because I'm a person who believes in transparency. It has to begin with the attitude that you presented when you called. So if I'm going to be transparent, the way that I talk to everybody is with a great deal of respect. And there is no attacking when you are making changes. So I can't attack you and think that I'm going to change anything. That digs people deeper. So, like, when we call in, I want to make sure that everybody understands that there has to be respect, and that's for everybody in the room. And at the same time, we have to be able to communicate that same respect to the people who we're talking to, because what we're truly giving our opinions.
Was I wrong for feeling like she was kind of gaslighting me a little bit? Like because it's like I was saying, we was bringing the same point home, and it's about him. He brought it up. I want to hear what he got to say. So now it's what I got to say. It wasn't even about the school no more. She wanted to call in with just to battle me, like. Get the fuck out of here.
There is no battle amongst women and men. There is no battle against black women and black men. When we see shit that's wrong in our community, those are the things that we need to address. And we need as much positive energy as is possible in order to address those issues. That's all I have to say. So when we call in, I want to make sure everybody understands you got to give respect to get respect. That's number one. And number two, we gonna give you that same respect in return, but you call in with heat and you gonna get heat. So long story short, I mean, still love you, sis. I'm always gonna be a champion of women, but when you give heat, you get heat.
And at the end of the day, we love everybody.
Oh, definitely.
Appreciate you showing up. Church hugs and high fives.
Well, you always come for the second half of the show. I don't even consider it late. Like, you just
I come for the important part.
For the second half.
But it's the kids, though. At the end of the day, you put the kids.
I gotta take care of them babies first.
Oh, yeah. And Mark, appreciate you. And Mark, when you go in on your show, just know.
Oh yeah, see,
if
I knew this was gonna be a hot, touchy topic.
As it should be.
It should.
Right? As it should.
And Mark didn't even want to bring it up, but you know how we touch nerves and everything. Mark was like, "Hold on, man." This is because we start talking about them kids.
I ain't seen it on the news. So what does that mean? It didn't happen.
I've been fact of the matter is, I saw the same story, a very similar story happened in Wisconsin, and the school system was actually sued because there was a transgender girl I don't know whether I'm supposed to call him a girl or a boy, but I'm just gonna call him what they was born as. She had a vagina, and she wanted to be in the boys' locker room because that's where she felt comfortable. When the fact of the matter is, sis, you still got a vagina, and you in a locker room full of boys. Your strap on don't count.
Yeah, I gotta get on this one later on my page, man. This one about this one about
And
to
I
go
can't
up.
even comment. That's the sad part, because Dave got me locked up. And again,
Where that bus at, Mark? Where that bus at?
Oh, threw you under the bus again, huh?
and again, I just want to put it out there, sis. We still love you. Call in, watch the show. We definitely gonna be able to kick it.
Have a conversation, but be clear of the conversation. I see her still calling in, but she don't realize that the show goes off at 7 o'clock, and we're not about to have no conversation and prolong this shit. This is a 2-hour show from 5 to 7 every Friday.
Boy, for sure. We appreciate everybody tuning in, share, like, and we gonna be back next Friday with more love,
Absolutely.
more church hugs and high fives, and more 7 Mile Radio. Detroit stand up. We love y'all. Peace.
G gonna stop.
Tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
FSG Production.